Welcome back, everyone, to Catherine's Plates. We are going to make a casserole today. This is a 1 stick of butter, chicken, and rice, and it is booming outside. So if you hear anything, that's what it is. We're trying to beat the weather right now so our power doesn't go out. Now, I am using chicken thighs because that is what my husband likes. Look at these. 8 of them. Now we want to get these seared up, and seared up just means give them some nice color and texture to your meat, and then that's the only thing we're going to be cooking before we prepare this whole dish. It'll come together pretty quickly. Now I've got a large skillet. I'm going to place it on a medium-high heat because we want to really get some color to these chicken thighs. Now, if you don't want to use chicken thighs, you can use chicken tenders or you can use chicken breast. I would just break them down into smaller pieces. There we go. All right, I'm going to start getting some oil nice and hot. A couple of tablespoons to get them going. And always, let's season these up. Now, the chicken thighs, if you turn them over, these are skinless and boneless. I turned them over, that way we can get the seasonings on them and get them into the pan. And they'll be bottom side down. Salt. Give them a nice little crust. Black pepper. Get them all nice and coated. Nice flavor. Garlic powder. Some onion powder. I'm not chopping up an onion today, so we're going to put some onion powder on these. Smoked paprika. Give a nice coverage here. It'll give it a nice color. All right, our oil should be hot now. Let's start putting these in. Now we're going to put these in, seasoning side down. Now we're going to leave them in for about 3 to 4 minutes to give them that nice color on the bottom there. I'm going to move these around with the oil there. My pan's lopsided, or maybe my stove is lopsided.
I think the house is lopsided.
Now what we're going to do, season the top side. Salt, black pepper, garlic powder, some onion powder, and all I'm doing is going across the top. So there's really not a measurement where you can put like half a teaspoon if you want to do that. And smoked paprika.
She's seasoning it the way I like it seasoned.
That's right.
Heavy-handed.
All right, let's take a look. What do you think?
I think that's good.
We got some nice color. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That'll look good in the dish.
Mm-hmm. That would be good in the mouth, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. We're going to give it another 3-4 minutes to get it nice and crispy on the bottom there, and then we'll remove them. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that.
Yum.
Nice texture on there, nice crispiness.
Yum.
And the color. All right, we're going to remove these to a plate. Oh, yeah. That's going to lock in some delicious flavor. Now for the vegetable part of our casserole, you have options. You can do sliced mushrooms. Now, we have zucchini here because I love zucchini. Not much of a fan of mushrooms, but Thomas can eat the zucchini also. If you want to do broccoli, you can do that. You just want to keep everything to like a bite-sized piece. Now what I'm going to do is cut off the end there. Cut it lengthwise. And then we'll just make moon shapes. And then that's all the chopping that we're gonna do. And then we're gonna start loading the casserole up. All right, are y'all doing mushrooms? Are you doing zucchini? Are you doing broccoli? What are you doing? You gotta put a vegetable in there. That's what a casserole's all about. The starch, the protein, and the vegetable. And a delicious sauce or a gravy to pull it all together. All right, let's grab our casserole dish. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now I'm using a 9x13 and I'm just going to spray it with some cooking spray, non-stick. This is an avocado oil straight up, just in my sprayer bottle. Right, we're going to bring over our rice. Now this is a long grain white rice. It's uncooked. And we're going to add in 2 cups to the bottom of our casserole dish. All right, we'll pass that off. We're going to grab the zucchini, put that all on top of the rice. All right. Okay, we're going to bring over our consommé. Now I've made mine homemade using Better Than bouillon. This is a roasted beef base. There's 20 ounces that we made, or you can use 2 cans of a beef consommé or a beef broth. We're going to pour that all in. Since I made this, I'm just making sure I get all that from the bottom because it did sit for just a little bit. We're going to add 1 can of French onion condensed soup. This is a 10.5 ounce size. Y'all, we're locking in some delicious flavor. I know what you're thinking. Beef and chicken? Yes. Chicken and beef. You know, it just all happens. You know, we're in Texas. H-E-B. Mm-hmm. We've got some Parmesan cheese. We're going to sprinkle some on top. We're not even done yet, you guys. We are. We're almost done. I'm going to sprinkle some on top. We're going to mix that all in, saving the other half for the top. All right, we're just going to mix this, get it all combined. All right, let's bring over our chicken. Ooh. Let's submerge it. Just place it on in. If y'all hear anything, that's probably Thomas drooling over there.
Oh, I'm drooling.
He's happy. He's happy I found this recipe for him. Y'all, it is a 1-stick butter chicken and rice, so I'm coming at y'all with that. All right, y'all, that's flavor. Get it on in there. Mm-hmm. Get you a stick of butter. This is what we're using. Kerrygold, nice and creamy, full of flavor. This is salted butter. You can use unsalted if you want. So we're going to cut it, and then we're just going to kind of put them around. Now, if you don't want to put butter in there, why did y'all click? I'm just kidding. Why did you click? You saw the 1 stick of butter.
Butter helps you absorb nutrients.
Yes. All right, the rest of the cheese is going on top. Grab some foil. Let's cover this up tightly. You want it tight so that steam can stay in and cook that rice. All right, it's going to go in the oven that's been preheated at 350 degrees. We're going to bake it for 45 minutes. I'm going to remove the foil. We're going to place it back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes until your chicken is cooked through, the rice is nice and tender, and all of the juices have been absorbed into everything. All right, guys, I'll be back. All right, we pulled this out of the oven. Look how delicious that looks. The rice is nice and tender. The chicken is tender. It absorbed all of those flavors with the zucchini. The only thing we're disappointed in is the time frame. It took additional 30 minutes or so to get everything cooked through. But, oh, it's delicious. Look at that. You want that on a plate? Thomas is going to give it a try for you. Okay, Thomas, tell us what you think. Is the chicken nice and tender?
Oh, yeah. Chicken's tender.
Make sure you show your bite.
Here it is. Yummy.
All right. We're looking for flavor, tenderness,
Man,
juicy.
they're good. Yeah.
Try the rice.
Nice, good. Nice and cooked. Good flavor.
So the only thing that really went wrong, which is really not wrong, but it just took longer to cook this in the oven.
Yeah.
So it took like 45 minutes with the foil on it, and then it took another, I'm almost thinking another 45 minutes to an hour when the foil was off of it
Yep.
to cook that rice.
But you know the chicken is not overcooked. It's not dry.
And it's all nice and tender.
It's very moist. It's tender.
So I'd say if you have the time, I would make this dish. Doesn't that look delicious? All right, you guys, give us a thumbs up on this one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Bye.
Bye.